inexperienced. You get like.
The husband is experienced now.
No. Regina.
Yeah, she's still
too.
young. She's still a teenager. She's still a teenager.
No, I think she's
19
now.
Is she 20?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She just left the teenhood. So I don't think it was even a smart move to start with, especially with her looks. Obviously, she'll probably have fly friends too. I'm even hoping to meet her friends. But I'm not Ned's level, and they'll be looking. She has opened their eyes to some Ned P now that they'll also be aiming at like, look at what Regina is doing. You get
But
so.
love can do anything.
Yeah, love can do anything, but at the end of the day, you mean like that? You're fighting my battle.
Yes.
No, I don't want that. I don't want like that.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm good for now.
The first is Regina.
So back
Looking
to
for
this.
some type of nerd.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to this. I just hope she has learned a lesson. I really don't want to delve into whatever the reason may be or whatever the reason may not be. The fact is, I don't think anybody should let their friends live in their matrimonial homes except you have a big queue where they're staying way far from you and your husband. Even big queue is very, 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 and you have to be under some type of situation, like you have to be facing a challenge at that moment that you need a place to stay for you to move in with me and my husband or me and my wife. You have to be going through something, and then we understand that it's just for a period of time, it's not permanent. Even people that have been married for years do not just let their female friends just come and live there, even if they have their own apartment.
I don't even think that her best friend was the only friend living in that house.
Yeah, that's why she's talking about the girl code, and she's also saying family and friends betrayed. So I really don't want to delve into whatever reason it may be or whatever the girl code may be, but it's just a lesson to all the women out there.
There's this particular question that Stella said she didn't ask, and I was wondering, why did you not ask? She said she wanted to ask her if it was true that her mother has been trying to block ways for really grown female actresses trying to come near her husband, blah, blah, blah. And then she's trying to make friends with them, inviting them over to the house, but her mom has been chasing them
Like you
away.
first said, she will still learn soon. Anyway, moving on to the next story. Alex is under fire on social media for counting herself as one of the numerous celebrities in Nigeria. I mean, Sis was given a long episode, an inspirational post, and Nigerians, okay, trolls, let's not say Nigerians, chose to decide to pick on that part. I mean, she is a celebrity.
She is.
She is a
She know how many
celebrity.
people watch Big Brother.
Yeah.
If she steps out, people want to take pictures with
People
her.
know her.
I mean, she's
And even if you
face
think
of
people
so
don't know
many.
her, how many followers again on Instagram? Over 1 million.
verified.
Yeah, she's
Why?
She's also verified.
I mean, 1 million, and you think she's not a celebrity? I mean, I don't know where this.
But I
people
like
are
the
coming
fact that
from.
she already answered the troll in her
In
long
the- yeah,
episode already. So when the scapegoats came and replied, she just said, "Bro, pick your parts." You get like, I already kept your part there. Just read your parts. I mean, she's a celebrity. You can't take that away from her.
I even saw a comment
Love or
saying,
hate her.
"Sis is a celebrity, not you." And I'm wondering, are you the rivalry that is done in the house? You people are still holding on to it 1 year.
No,
a year
like
plus
Ife said the other time,
after.
people need to focus on their life and get
Yeah.
proper jobs, like proper full-time job, not some kind of 30 minutes running and run out. Get a proper full-time job, focus on your life, make more money. Maybe by then you know that it's really none of your business if somebody's coming out to call themselves
A celebrity.
a celebrity.
Ife, do you want to add?
I won't take celebrity status away from her because funny thing is, if you're not a celebrity or if you're not important, you will not be getting certain endorsement. Certain brands will not want you to represent them. So you have to have a certain level of influence. And the moment you start having that level of influence, that brand wants you to jump on their stuff, then obviously you're someone very important.
Being celebrated.
Yeah, you're being celebrated and you're honored enough, or you're being honored enough to be put on that brand. So when people come out and say stuff like this, it's really hard. And even though you might want to say, okay, you're not that, okay, we have categories of celebrities. We have the A-list, we have the B-list, we have the C-list.
That is
What
the
you can, yeah, what you can possibly even do is that, oh, you're still on the B-list. It's not that deep, sister. You get, but don't try to take away that celebrity status away from her because she is a celebrity. And big shout out to Alex, by the way. I love you, girl.
Ife, your mission.
I
now
don't
is
even
what I don't know,
understand.
but it's
If
okay.
how do you want to cope with this life?
Alex,
How do you want to cope?
big shout out
he
to
will
Alex.
Only you are just daughter, Regina's friend, Halle.
I'm not Regina's friend, though.
Like-
If I'm Regina's friend, what would I be doing here with you?
I'm not saying you're Regina's
We need to
I
touch
didn't
on-
even call him Regina's
Yeah,
friend.
Oh, okay,
You
Regina's
want-
friend. Oh,
Say
you're
this,
fighting.
bro.
Ah,
You
who
should
called
say
me?
me. Don't call
Yeah,
Vel.
take
No,
it,
we
sir.
live TV.
I felt this over.
Okay,
I'm
well,
not taking
I
this.
promise I won't.
Let me wait.
I promise.
I
will
hold
not
your
take
hand.
it.
I hold your hand.
Moving on to the final story to touch on it quickly. Ubi Franklin talks about his past struggle with depression. So he put up a picture, and I think he said that picture it was when he was really depressed that he was thinking of. We shouldn't laugh. This is depression.
All right.
So he was thinking of taking his life. Yeah, April 23rd, right?
Yeah,
2017. And this was supposed to be his last photo shoot. But we thank God for his life. Now he's a successful businessman, father of nations, loved Ubi, you know. But the cause of that
But
earlier
it
laughter.
looks really depressed in this picture. He's looking up to God to save him.
Anyway, I don't understand how depression works. Like, I have a bit of understanding, but I have not experienced it in the form of me being in it and it hitting me. So I think
really
as
cannot
so
tell.
many other things, probably other people react to it in different ways. And maybe Ubi's way was to go for a photo shoot. You know,
before
because that was one of
taking
the
his
things
own
that
life,
people
right.
were talking about in the comment section. Ewa, be serious.
I'm
People were talking
serious
about it.
now.
I don't know if you had time to read the comments. It was hilarious and
Did you?
crazy and maybe insensitive, but it was something else.
Well, like you said earlier, depression is nothing to play with. So whether or not you think Ubi did this or he went for a photo shoot, if that is his own way of getting by and healing,
Should
then
have said.
yeah, that's very well, all well and good. And depression is real, especially sometimes the people that you even find depressed are not even your regular people on the street that can't even afford to have 3 square meals in a day. But the people that you find depressed are the rich ones, and you'll be wondering, what is getting you depressed? Do you understand? And then a lot of people are beginning to attribute his depression to Lilian Esoro, saying
she
that it
left?
must have been, no, but they got married in 2015, and he was saying that it must have been the period when they were having their marital
when they
issue
broke up
Because
now.
the marriage
and all
even
of that.
lasts up to a
Because
year,
I think
so-
then he was not saying, I was thinking that the only thing that kept him going was his son. The guy wasn't saying my kids. That means he had just one child at that time.
You know, there's a child before Lillian's child.
Okay, yeah, that's true. So maybe we don't know which son.
He probably
Could be,
skips his
oh.
mind. You know, he hits
Yeah.
is always
Maybe the-
forgetting.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's not sure of the number.
It's like blackface. so,
It's not even worse that because him is not even the age. It's not sure. Do I have 5 or 4? I don't know yet. I'll decide later.
so depression can happen
real.
to anybody. Anybody can be depressed. An Obi can be depressed. A Jay-Z can be depressed. A Beyonce can be depressed. And if Oluwashike can be depressed, anybody can be depressed. So it's something real. And saying at one point in time, we all have that downtime. You may not know that is what is actually happening, that is depression actually, until, because
No, let me correct that part, what I meant by that. I mean, everybody, I think I dropped a comment somewhere today saying that the fact that everybody used the word depression is actually getting me, myself, depressed. Now, I'm not going to knock your struggle or knock your sadness or knock how the economy is making everybody feel, but I think I'm more interested in clinical depression. I'm sorry. Because if you're talking about sadness, heartbreak,
Financial.
me if I was depressed last week, like serious depression, this is that one.
Right.
You know, so I think I'm more interested in people that are medically in that state, because there are stages to these things. I'm not even going to use the word levels. So you know how serious this is. There are stages to it. So if it's a case of you going through whatever it is you're going through at the moment and all that, I mean, almost everybody has gone through a level of depression at the point in time. But when we are really hammering on this depression issue, it is the clinical depression that is the real problem. And that is the one that gets people to say, I need to go. I can't take this. Even when it feels like everything around them is working, they just still cannot see it. They just want to go. And it's a whole lot of medical and chemicals running through their body, which means they need medication to even stabilize themselves. So those are the ones, I'm sorry, that I really think about and I'm bothered about. And when I stand up and say I'm advocating for mental health, they are the ones that bother me. But the one that, I was depressed last week, I get it. So that's just to correct my own part of it.
Yeah, so back to what I was saying, depressed people, whether clinical, like Elsie is saying she's concerned about, whatever your struggle is, just talk to somebody. Sometimes you'll get better by talking to somebody. So just try and focus and stay strong. Our heart goes out to every depressed person out there.
You want to add something?
Yeah, let me be serious.
Okay.
Elsie, stop smiling here. Okay, I don't want to talk about Ubi.
But quickly, like 10 seconds.
Yeah, thank God Ubi is fine. But on what you said, I just want to touch on what you said about the depression. I think that word is just, people are just jumping on it to trend, to be honest.
I know that, sickness.
Yeah, we know that people are really, really depressed. It's not about the rich, it's not about the poor. But I feel like that word is just being misused everywhere. And it's making it very difficult for people that are really depressed to even come out to speak. Because people just say, I'm depressed.
You're hungry.
I'm hungry, I'm depressed. I don't have shoes, I'm depressed. The word is already being misused. And it's a very serious thing, like very, very serious. And people take their life because of depression. So I think people need to slow down on jumping on the trend. You don't have to trend with everything or with every word like that.
True. All right, I think that's how we wrap up this episode of Tea Time. Thank you so much for watching, and of course we'll be here again tomorrow to give you fresh episodes and fresh content. My thank you as always go to Michael. My thank you as always go to
That can you say you'll be here tomorrow?
So you cannot come here tomorrow.
Well, you catch
the roundup, right?
The roundup
Yeah, well, I'll be here in spirit. Yeah, thank you for that, though. And of course, I'm saying thank you to Ewa Oritu and Ifeolu Oshonkeye for being here with me and the entire production team. My name is Elsie Godwin saying thank you for watching and see you on Monday.
That is how we get looped into a cycle of insanity, repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. That cycle of failure is unsustainable and it has to end now.
Infection train is back.
They take us to the push and start asking us to call our people to send money.
What can be done as an intervention for them right now to stop abuse of all children?
All right, country people, we greet on top this very o'clock when so that they join us for news on the hour for Plus TV Africa. This is not the Throw MC Sama Givana. My name, na Promise Nero. They say they don't carry matter of the next batch of Nigeria people when say they're ready to show back to the country till Sunday by the federal government to make the Nigeria High Commission for South Africa resolve some immigration palaver them. According to report, the remaining 453 Nigeria people when say that they wait for repatriation for Johannesburg go need to wait until they finish the palaver. The South Africa Immigration Authorities on Wednesday delayed the flight of the Air Peace aircraft when say carried the first batch of 187 returning Nigerian people for over 7 hours. Shemo, Nigeria in the Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, confirmed on Thursday say the government they work to address the matter. Earlier, for our news political analyst, Moses Nekpe, he shared matter on top the palaver.
The thing with me at the CDF is say, these South Africa people, they confused.
Okay.
You know, you say you don't want somebody for your country. The person comes say, okay, I don't pack my load.
Yeah.
Nigeria must go.
Yeah.
You understand me? I won't come go. You can't they drag me say, no go. Maybe your paper don't expire or I know it don't make sense. You understand me?
Yeah.
Because una they kill us, say una no one make we dey on our country.
Okay.
Now we can say okay, we won't go. You they say okay, make we never go because of maybe paper don't expire or one thing. The only way you go make you not allow somebody go. Now when he commit criminal offense, maybe say he don't thief or something.
Yeah.
But if na immigration issues, you don't want the person there as an immigrant in the first place. So why you dey hold am down?
So the person for this matter now be say if you get you suppose go as far as your paper, whether paper correct or
you know correct because they don't say no we go.
Okay.
They don't want us again.
So you need to.
They need to let us know we go. Nigeria must go. I want to ask you, my brother, the IDPs where they for Nigeria, those internally displaced people for Nigeria.
Yeah.
On our government don't compensate them.
Okay. Then
Now, when they say maybe we did there compensate now. My brother, the way you take handle your people for house go determine how strangers go take handle them. Nigerian government no get level. We don't lose all the level where we get to take demand such compensation.
Okay.
No forget that level. That they no make sense. They no enter.
Okay. The
they
way
no
you talk all these things, so see, I can't notice say like say you get plenty knowledge for head. So imagine say they put you as the president of this country now. This palaver where they grant how you go take handle it?
If they put me as the president of this country, where they here, first of all, number one, Nigeria, we need to get our internal problems sorted out.
Okay.
You understand me? They get one part about it they talk now because say fence fall, now make goat climb am.
Okay.
You understand? I'm telling you now.
Okay.
Can you see an American citizen go there, they face this kind of nonsense for another country? Their country, they good enough.
The tip is say, no come up for what you ask you. So
that is what I'm telling you now. I will make sure say, the country they okay. We go make sure say our people no need to go outside. And if they go outside, this kind of thing happen. I will take a firm decision, a very strong decision to make sure that next time they don't do Nigerians this, they don't treat Nigerians like this. What I will do, I will make sure that I sever all diplomatic ties with South Africa.
Okay.
You understand me?
English, I don't understand.
That means I will take knife, cut every rope with we and South Africa together.
Okay.
So that they go know say these people get somebody. You understand me? They say Christmas where they work out for road. Now when you do something, maybe when you kill and I go know say you get family.
Okay.
So you understand me? So our government they never do enough.
Okay. If now you be president,
I will be very firm. In fact, I will stand gidigba, make sure say South Africa and all their interest in Nigeria suffers for this kind of nonsense.
Okay, so that they feel released.
So that not be released. So that next time they not go try them again.
All right. Let's say the Niger Air Force don't scatter 2 ammunition-laden gun trucks. When we say in the Islamic State West Africa province, Tenget, NAV Director of Public Relations and Informate, Air Commodore Ibikunle Daramola, confirmed this statement on Wednesday for Abuja. Daramola saying that the Air Task Force ATF of the Operation Lafia do scatter them. He said the NAV Alpha Jet aircraft mission see the ISWAP gun truck. When we say they come from Juma Kerry settlement, they go Garunda. The attack aircraft attract 2 gun trucks as they attempt to evade detection as they drive enter the foliage them. The aircraft do yans with one of the gun truck camouflage under one tree for successive passes when say score better hits when it lead to the neutralization of some of the ISWAP occupant them. The Nnamdi Kanu-led indigenous people of Biafra don't finally get one hearing date for the appeal when say they challenge the proscription by one order of the Federal High Court for Abuja when they give almost 2 years when say don't pass. The Court of Appeal for Abuja don't fix October 24th for the hearing of the group appeal. The Islamic Movement for Niger, one body of Shia Muslim, when we say their proscription by the Federal High Court for Abuja come about 2 years after IPOB, still get October 28th date for the hearing of the application. When say they challenge the proscription order, now they say for that time, Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice Adamu Abdul Kafarati, when we say don't retire, he done September 20, 2017, make the order when we say they prescribe IPOB, when we say they say a terrorist group. This one follow one before party application by the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister for Justice, Abubakar Malami San, when the Sama accused give the group say that they do anyhow, say they want their own Republic of Biafra. They say the House of Representatives not happy with the number of abandoned projects when say for the Niger Delta region. According to filings, the Niger Delta Development Company, NDDC, abandoned the project them. The House of Ad Hoc Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission for one public hearing for Abuja say need day to investigate why the project, when say they're supposed to improve the lives of residents of the Niger Delta, it failed. Members of the committee want say people go face the palaver, come tell the House say they will stop the practice.
This honorable committee want to make sure there's value for money. and making sure that there's value for money. Those that are saddled with such position of authority must give account of it. And we are determined to make sure that the Niger Delta people that have contributed a lot to the building of this nation must have support and smile on their face. That is why we are saddled, that's why we are here. We need your cooperation.
Today, I can proudly say that the Speaker of the House of Representatives is so determined to use legislative instruments to find solutions to our age-long problems. Problems that have been there for so many years, problems that government after government have attempted to resolve but were not able, probably because of insufficient stakeholder participation and the right approach to the business. Abandonment of projects is one of the biggest challenges that we have in this country today. Be they infrastructure projects, health-related, environment-related, as serious as they are, you have abandoned projects for so many years. And NDDC happens to be one of the worst hits among all government agencies.
But I would like to say that the immediate past minister of the Niger Delta, after a protest to Mr. President on abandoned project of NDDC, was sent by the president to come to Akwa Ibom to inspect these projects. And I would like to report to this honorable house that at that visit, the minister spoke openly at several of the locations of this abandoned project, complaining of poor supervision and all the other things. And that video recording, Mr. Chairman, will also be made available by the Akwa Ibom State government to this committee to further guide this committee that before today, this abandoned project, in case of Akwa Ibom, had been highly and properly highlighted.
And what has brought us here is to give our input in this public and investigative hearing over the NDDC abandoned projects, and to say our bit, because we too have hardly benefited anything from NDDC, even though a great deal, and I want to stress the great deal of value, is being taken from the bowels of our land for the development of the rest of this country. But not much, nothing ever is being put back.
Some young Nigerian people don't call on the federal government to do more to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, when they call SDGs. The youth, when they say they want to create awareness as part of the SDGs National Action Week, and not happy with Nigeria SDG performance ranking. They gather body for one popular unity fountain inside Abuja. They call on government to improve the SDGs implementation process.
The activity is basically around mobilizing one of the largest local actions for the Sustainable Development Goals in Nigeria, mobilizing and galvanizing the energy of the young people to see how we can increase Nigerians' performance on the scale of reference, especially around the SDGs. Globally, Nigeria is not performing well according to the present report we have. We are about 159 according to the global report on the table, which is practically unacceptable. We are trying to see what we can do to raise our actions so that the implementation process can at least improve. In the area of education, there are some specific goals that are more aligned with Nigeria, something like education, access to clean water, good health and well-being, security, which is goal 16. Gender equality is also very good around Nigeria. Goal 8, 9, and 10, these are Nigerian more specific. 1 and 2, no poverty and zero hunger. These goals are linked to Nigeria more specifically, and we need to fast-track a means of ensuring that they are highly reflected and the activities are improved in Nigeria.
Each and every one of us as a Nigeria, we should support the promotion of SDG, because it's one of the ways of how we can reach out to people, how we can create awareness for people to get to know more about the SDG and also implement the SDGs. Promoting the SDG will actually change the lives of many Nigerians, and I encourage every one of us to, in our areas of strength and abilities, to be able to also promote the Sustainable Development Goals.
Since 2015, world leaders have come together to commit to the Sustainable Development Goal, and we believe that government cannot do it alone. Civil society cannot do it alone. The media cannot do it alone. It now beckons on citizens, because citizens are the ones that are meant to hold government to account and ensure that they work with all partners, even the private sector. So for us, we're joining our voices to the National Action Week around the SDGs. This event is happening parallel across the world. And for us as young people, we believe that we are the custodians of the Sustainable Development Goal. If we say we want to achieve SDGs, Nigeria will be on the pathway in achieving SDGs. So we'll mobilize other young people and say, come, let's even discuss where we are and what we've done in the past 4 years. Next year, we'll celebrate a decade of action, which would mean that from next year, it will remain 10 years to achieve the SDGs. And we believe that Nigeria have not done well, and we need to do much more. So we're mobilizing and collecting voices to tell stories, to galvanize action, but most importantly, to hold government to account so that our policies, decisions will be streamlined into SDGs. How are we ensuring that children have access to education, communities have access to water, sanitation, and hygiene, and citizens can afford quality healthcare services, because that is achieving SDGs. And above all, ensure that we have peace, security, and justice.
We need to create more platform in educating people on what SDG is and the goals that we aim to achieve by 2030. And I believe that with this kind of convergence, we would be able to achieve more by educating people. Now we are working down to the ministries to educate some of the civil servants that don't even know what SDG is.
Let's say begins then from low-income communities for Kuje Municipal Council of Abuja benefit from 1 3-week specialized training on leadership and extracurricular worker. The initiative by the Special Summer School, they target children from poor communities for the North and hope to prepare them for future leadership roles. Our talk person, Amadi Oye, he gets the answer.
It was a 3-week session with children from low-income communities. Many of them had the privilege to learn skills outside their normal school curriculum, which will help their development and preparation for future leadership.
Decided to organize the summer school, and we've been invested in doing this for the last 4 years because we wanted to ensure we can contribute to leadership in the country. And we feel like there's a direct correlation between the quality of leadership and governance we have in the country with the level of education we have. We have over 13 million children out of school in Nigeria, and 60% of them are based in northern Nigeria, and that's why we've been organizing this for the past 4 years in northern Nigeria.
While the objective was also to increase these young Nigerians' hunger and thirst for learning, some of the teachers say the summer school was well worth the effort.
We're trying to see how we can impact 100,000 children in the next 2 years. We think it's possible. Hence why in the last 3 years we've done 300 children. This year alone we've done, we were able to cater for 120 of the 350 children that came to us seeking to be part of the summer school today. We also have part of them under our scholarship program. So over 20 of them are in the scholarship where we are supporting their tuition and daily living expenses for their primary and secondary school education.
One thing we found very interesting is the passion for the children to learn. This summer school was meant to start at 9 a.m. every day, but by 7:30 the children are already here, even before we get here. So we had to even move the start time to 8 o'clock. So we've seen that we've ignited the love of learning in the children. They are extremely passionate about wanting to know more, learn more words.
The program started like, even the children, the people were like, they are not interested. But when they saw what is going on, it's very educative, very, very interesting. That is what makes them to even they even have a conflict where everybody wants to bring his own child to come and benefit. and definitely sure what these people benefited today is going to live with them till the end of their educational career.
When we started, we found out that the kids are really not this kind of kids that are easy to catch up with things. They take their time to learn. But so far, within these 3 weeks, we have been able to make them understand how to read, write, even help them in creative thinking, help them in their creative writings. And right now, I think most of them, I would say, is far better than where we met them. We have been able to imbibe the love for our country, Nigeria, in them. And within these 3 weeks, we have been able to make them know that they can be a leader.
Some of the kids also shared their experience.
I've learned a lot, but the ones that I can remember, I learned patriotism, honesty. Patriotism is when you show love to your country. I learned honesty. Honesty is when you are always saying the truth. And I learned about my country. I learned that anywhere, any job you find yourself, you should be proud of it. You should not be ashamed. Every job is equal. Every job is the same.
Learn about public speaking, dignity of labor. Dignity of labor. I've learned about many things. I've learned about learn many things in this people's from this summer lessons that have been coming so far.
Amadine Uyi, Plus TV Africa.
Let's say the federal government say they could talk with law enforcement agency against party them when their action or inaction they lead to diversion of Anti-Malaria Drugs Act, when we say they supply to Nigeria by Global Fund. Evelyn Ngige, the Director of Public Health at Federal Ministry of Health, threw this yarn for the 62nd National Council of Health meeting on Friday for Asaba. Ngige said the Global Fund now they put money for the procurement and distribution of 16,290,250 acts to health facilities for the 13 states to 2018. But only 8,189,226 malaria cases presumed and confirmed. Now they don't report or say they treat them with anti-malaria drugs across the 13 states for the same year. According to the federal government, these numbers highlight one matter between the service and consumption when we say be serious concern, not only for Federal Ministry of Health, but also for donors when we say be the Global Fund. All right, now time to take one sharp break. When we show back, we'll summon another story there. We'll not go anywhere.
My name is Mr. Onyekachiku John Ike. I won 1 million now from Diamond Extra. I feel excited. I know that it's true because when they call me, they say they are from my branch at